Welcome back, Coach's Corner East at the Pizza Hut here in Galleon. It's the Crestline portion of tonight's show, and we're brought to you in part by Don Barr and Associates at Galleon Building and Loan Bank, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia, 1 mile east of the Richland Mall, Mark Osborne and Associates at E-Crane International, serving worldwide markets from the Galleon Industrial Park. And it's Crestline basketball, and I'd like to welcome assistant coach Spencer Harley with me tonight. Thanks for coming. It's great to fill in. I know Coach got something else going on, so just like a couple years ago, you could come back and do it all over again. Different role this time. 14-9 overall. That was prior to last night. Now 15-9, 6-4 in the Mid-Buckeye is what you ended up. Averaged almost 51 points a game. Gave up about 49, so pretty doggone close. The Friday, the 18th, last Friday, doggone pesky Central Christian came to your place, a game that was moved from Thursday to Friday, and you just have a hard time dealing with those guys, don't you?
It's just one team that we just have never been able just to get over that hump.
Right.
It always comes down to usually the last couple seconds. It's either that or they blow us out. There's no in between.
It was that way in your career. Every time you played them in your career.
When I would play, we never beat them, ever. And then now as a coach, I've still never beat them. So.
And it's always hard down there because I know you guys always say it's a really tough place to play.
That gym is just, I don't know how it is for you guys, but when I was playing, it just, the rim seems slanted there. And it's weird. It's like a log cabin. It's just a weird feel in that gym.
But, despite that, that was the last Mid-Buckeye Conference game of the year, and then you said goodbye to your seniors on their home court Saturday night, and even though you didn't get the victory, a good Galleon team, it's playing better. They're playing in their sectional semi tonight. They beat you 62-48, and they kind of picked up their game. It took a while for them to find their way, and I know this isn't the Galleon show, but they put it all together Saturday night, didn't they?
Like their coach said after the game to one of the press, I mean, that was their most complete game of the year. I watched some film on them, and there was a completely different team that night. I mean, they were hitting shots. I mean, they spread us out. It was a tough guard, especially for our bigs because they're so quick.
Yeah, for sure. They shot better than 50% from the floor, and they played solid defense. Galleon led 13-12 after the first quarter and stretched it out to a little bit at halftime. And they continued to lead 44-30 after the third quarter, and then cruised to the final margin of victory. Lucas Cochran, 15 points, R.J. Johnston, 10, Josh Hall with 8, Connor Lusk, who's here tonight, 5 points, Trevor Shade, 4 points, Isaiah Perry with 3, Jake Bruce with 1. But perhaps the biggest points of the night were the most important. It didn't decide the outcome, but your senior, Keys Claypool, who went through a very serious injury accident over the summer and has been dying to play all year, and finally through rehab and everything else, had an opportunity. And what a blessing from the Galleon team to allow that to happen. How special was that?
It was really cool. I mean, Keys has been somebody that's been in this program every step of the way, just like these guys, and it was awesome to see him finally get out there. I mean, he tells his coach every day, man, I want to play. So it was cool to get him out there and him to make a bucket and just celebrate with everybody. Granted, we lost. That was a winning moment for us that night.
Oh, no question. And like I said, it didn't affect the margin of victory, and that's why I said it was probably the most important basket all night long. And it's the one that he will remember the rest of his life, and probably a lot of people in your community and your school that are going to remember forever. So very, very special. That's fantastic. And looking at an awards, R.J. Johnston, second team District 6, Lucas Cochran, Connor Lusk, honorable mention. That's got to be nice as well.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see these guys finally start to get the awards because I know their journey. I was there as a player for most of it. Now there's a coach, and this summer was just probably the best summer since I've been a part of the program. I mean, all these guys showed up every day, just grinded it out. It was awesome to see.
But they've played a lot of basketball too. I mean, you played with them, and you know the time and the effort they put in.
For sure.
And that's a really, really good thing. Take a break here before we talk to Connor. Our show's brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller at Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Galleon and Crestline. Marie Mounts at the Platinum Insurance Agency, your progressive agent, 131 Harding Way East, Uptown Galleon. Joe Klein, an associate at the Galleon office of First Federal Bank of Ohio. Senior Connor Lusk with me, and it's great to see you again. And you showed me your hat. It's the AFC champion Bengals, and we talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. Not fortunate enough to win, but that's a good team. They're going to be back, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll definitely be back.
Yeah, so I'm sure you were eating your nachos and cheering right along with them, right?
Well, yeah, there was cheering, and then there was some other things.
Yeah, we won't talk about
Yeah.
that specifically. Well, Connor, you finished out your home season last weekend, and probably, despite losing both games, it had to be a little bittersweet to play on that gym for the very last time with your senior friends that you've played so much basketball with. And Spencer here remembers that feeling and probably still aches a little bit over that feeling. What was that like Saturday night walking off for the very last time?
Yeah, even though we lost, it was just really great to play on that floor with my friends, because mostly during my freshman and sophomore, my class wasn't with me when I was playing varsity ball.
Right.
It was really good to get back on the court with all of them and enjoy it, and enjoy it for my family to come watch me and everything like that. It's just a great atmosphere.
That's got to be so special to have the support of your family. I know your mom is sitting there at the scorer's table and cheering you on every game, and she's a big supporter, but you have so much extended family that's part of this as well. And what have they meant to you for your whole career in all of your sports?
They've meant a lot. They've traveled to faraway games. They've always kept my confidence up. Like, if I had a bad game, just stick it in there, keep going. If I have off night, just keep going. Yeah.
And for you as a senior to see your classmate in Keys, who have been through more than any loss that any of you guys dealt with, the pain and the struggle and the rehab, I mean, that's dedication. And to have him out there with you and to score a basket, I mean, what did that mean to you?
I mean, it was awesome. Like, I almost teared up because I was so happy for him that he just came back all the way this much.
Yeah, and he's getting to join you on the tournament trail as well and everything. Yeah, that's pretty doggone special. And then last night we talked about it a little bit off air. It wasn't what you would call a pretty win by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a little bit of a redemption win. A team that beat you last year in the sectional final. And yeah, they didn't have as good a record this year, but St. Paul's still a quality basketball program, and you took care of business. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it felt good to get back at him because last year I felt like we were this close to knocking him off. So it was definitely good to get back out there and get him this year. Especially because last year we were that close to a sectional.
That's right.
It still gets me, but
right. And no Winslow boys this year, so
yeah.
Maybe that helped a little bit. They were 6-16 coming in, 5-9 in the Firelands Conference. You win 61-54, and they pulled within 4 points with under a minute to go. Did you start to tense up a little bit out there on the floor and say, "Uh-oh, here it comes"?
no. Usually I would, but no. I just had trust in my guys and knew we were going to hit free throws and take care of the ball late. That's what happened. So
Yeah. Lucas Cochran, 14 points. Isaiah Perry, 13. Josh Hall, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Nice double-double for him. I was watching some of the highlights today on YouTube, and you had 11 points. You had a nice game.
Yeah.
That's 4 guys in double figures, and that's the right time to do that. Do you feel like all of you are in a real good spot right now from an offensive standpoint?
we could be better, but yeah, everything's for the past couple of weeks. Everybody's been shooting better and getting shots to go in the hoop. But we still gotta hit more shots, definitely.
So when you talk about it being ugly, and coach, those are coach's terms, and you accept that, what was ugly about it? Was it the offensive end, the defensive end, the combination? What made it ugly?
It's just us finishing the game. Like, we'll be up 13, 15 points, about 5 minutes left in the game, and we'll have stupid turnovers or allow them to creep back in slowly.
Yeah.
And then this is ugly.
What do you think that is?
Just taking care of the ball, valuing the ball. We just got to value the ball more.
And you'll have to get through it because you got a
Yeah.
tough opponent coming up, and we'll talk to Coach Harley about that. But, well, a nice win. You have unfinished business as well. You want to move on. When's the last time Crestline's won a sectional championship? Do you know that?
I think it was 97.
97. So you can do something that hasn't happened in Crestline for a very long time. You're going to have a tough opponent, but you have a great opportunity for it. Well, blessings to you. Keep on rolling. I hope you have a great game on Friday night and get to move on to the district. That would be something really, really special for your senior year, for all of you guys who, as Coach said, have put so much time and effort in the gym, and it would be a great payday for you. But I appreciate you coming out all year long, and maybe see you one more time for track? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, if Coach Strout brings you, maybe one more time. So I appreciate you coming out. Thanks,
Thank you
Connor.
for having me.
One more break here. We're brought to you by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer straight west of Gallion on the Manette New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion, and Sweet Baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street in Gallion. Coach, Assistant Coach Spencer Harley here, and Coach, you know the St. Paul Flyers. It had to be nice to get over that hump, even though you weren't out there participating.
Yeah, no, it was nice to finally, after sitting on that loss, for a year. That tournament game last year was, I was there on the bench. I had just graduated the year before, and
Right.
I was asked to come sit on the bench and kind of, coach or whatever. And I did, and it's just like, I don't think I've ever felt that close to winning a championship in any sport I've ever seen, any sport I've been a part of. We were right there. And just,
Right.
like Connor said here, it's just about finishing games now.
Yeah.
After that, we're just finally we got to finish games.
Was
really
that
what it is.
was that the message in practice today? That, hey, listen, we got through it. We did enough to win,
Yeah.
but we have to get better. Was that the message?
Yeah, these guys know. They're out on the floor. We don't win pretty. We haven't won pretty all year. So, they're used to it. But us as coaches, it gives us an extra level of stress. But, these guys always seem to get it done. So if they get it done, so be it.
Friday, you return to Crestview High School at 5:30, a chance to play for, well, not a chance to play, you will play a chance to win a sectional final against the number 4 seeded Monroeville Eagles, a team that you actually saw not too long ago in a scrimmage during the regular season. And I remember talking to Coach about that. You had so many, both of you had so many days off. Yeah. They came to your place and had almost like a organized practice, and a team that you held your own with at that time, but a very explosive team.
For sure. They got 3 guys that can just flat out score the ball. They're a really well put together team with lots of talent, but what we learned this summer is we play up to our competition, so I think these guys can hang.
Isaac Rader, probably their premier player, just has the ability to take over a game. Not an extremely big kid, but a physical kid, and I'm sure he will give Lucas and RJ a little bit, and Isaiah a little run for their money. And I'm not asking you to break down your defense and tell me who's guarding him, but then you got a Jimmy Klingman that can put the ball in from pretty much everywhere, and was a Goodwin, I think, is the last one, that are really talented kids, like you say, and they've had success this year. 17-5 overall, 11-3 in the Firelands Conference. They knocked South Central off the last game of the year. And what's going to be the key for you guys to really control this game and hopefully get a title?
We just have to be in good defensive positioning at all times, and we have to value the basketball. Our last couple of games come down to valuing the basketball, and we gave it up a little too much, and that's why we had 2 losses a couple weeks ago, right back to back, and it's really stressed. The seniors lead by example and just value the basketball and value possessions. Yeah.
If you were successful, you would move on to district play. You would get the winner of Margaretta and Buckeye Central. That game would be Tuesday, the 1st of March at 7:30 at Willard. That would be kind of the cherry on top of a really nice, successful season. And I know these kids want it really, really bad, but you got to take care of Monroeville first.
Right. Yeah.
Do you like the fact that you played and they didn't? They haven't played in a week. Does that help you think, Eddie?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword sometimes. Sitting out for an extra couple of days can either help or hurt because they get extra time to rest and practice. But they're a very good basketball team. I remember Sanders' first year. We played them in the opening round sectional semis, and we're still game planning for Raider. So, as a freshman and now as a senior, he's only gotten better. So, hopefully we can just compete and bring home that sectional championship.
Yeah, well, good luck to you. Enjoy the experience, and thanks for all of your support all year coming out. It means a lot to me, and I've enjoyed sharing it with the fans for sure.
I'm sure all these guys enjoyed too. I know I've enjoyed being back. It's
been
a long 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you again.
Yeah, very good. I appreciate that. All right, well, coming up, we will have high school basketball on our WQEL airwaves tonight, 7:30. It's Oak Harbor against Winford in sectional action. That'll be Josh Stallings bringing the play-by-play. And at 7 o'clock here at the top of the hour, it's Mansfield Senior and Gallion, and that'll be on WBCO with Jared Moore. Tomorrow, we have games from Willard High School. It'll be girls district semi. At 5:30, it'll be Seneca East Mohawk with Josh Stallings. And then at 7:30, or shortly there before, I guess that's been moved up a little bit, maybe because of the impending weather, Mansfield Christian against Buckeye Central girls from Willard. Tomorrow, we also have games on WBCO from Shelby. At 5:30, it'll be Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles against Margaretta with Jared Moore, and right after that, Upper Sandusky against Ashland Crestview in girls action from Shelby. Friday, it'll be busy. WQEL 5:30, it'll be Colonel Crawford and Edison from Monroeville. And if Winford should win tonight against Oak Harbor, we will have that sectional final game at 7:30. On WBCO, we will have Crestline and Monroeville from Crestline High School, or Crestview High School at 5:30, and then Margaretta and Buckeye Central at 7:30. Saturday, we will have Upper Sandusky. If they should win girls action, we'll have them on at 3 o'clock. And then in the evening, Seneca East Mohawk winner taking on the Buckeye Central Mansfield Christian winner at 7 o'clock. We will remain to see how that works out. We'll have Bill Rame Bowling Championship updates on WBCO at 12:40 in the afternoon. And then on Sunday, Ohio State men's basketball taking on the Maryland Terrapins from College Park, Maryland, coverage beginning at 3:15. Thanks to everybody here at the Galleon Pizza Hut, especially our managers Bree, Michelle, and Jordan. Thank you to Bella, our server tonight. Thank you to Danny Lane for all she does each and every week, and Cameron Moon for being here operating the camera tonight. Thank you to Galleon bowling coaches Bob Lear, Brad Fairchild, and their team. Thank you to assistant boys basketball coach at Colonel Crawford, Brett Capel, and thank you to assistant coach Spencer Harley from Crestline and Connor Lusk for joining me tonight. Certainly appreciate them. Thank you to our sponsors and everybody on our WQEL Facebook page. For WQEL Sports, this has been Mike Sparks reminding you, a spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. Have a good night, everybody.